If you get value out of this video, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. Alright, since all that is finished, let's get into the video. Today, what I'm going to do is go through a class that I've been through on food. Now, this is one of my classes in my B-Ron English series of speaking vocabulary and making sure that you guys understand everything as it relates to development of your vocabulary, your reading, and also a little bit of conversation. Now, here, yeah, my students won't be doing the conversation, but I will just go through a little bit of what I usually do with my students. So, let's start with this topic we have here, which is about food, but it's about, is our food killing us? So, we have some vocabulary words here, then reading, and then a conversation questions on the reading, and just checking to see if my students understand the reading and what they read. Then conversational questions on the reading and some fun conversational questions at the end. So let's get into the video and let's start with first the vocabulary. First word I have here is harm. Harm, to hurt or damage something. To hurt or damage something. Second is artificial. 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 Now, I've heard many students of mine spell this word, pronounce this word, but they pronounce it like this: artificial. This word CLE will normally have that cull, while CIAL will normally have the pronunciation of show, and also the word that have the TIAL normally have the pronunciation of show. All right. So this will be artificial instead of artificial. All right. So if we had to see the word potential, this would be pronounced similar to if you were pronouncing this, a word that is pronounced like this. Artificial. All right. So saying that is over, just remember that when you're pronouncing this word, artificial is CIAL has a pronunciation of show, and TIAL has a pronunciation of shell as well, but artificial and not artificial. All right. So that is what that is there. Artificial. Next word we have is craving. Craving, that strong desire to eat something. So I'm craving some McDonald's. All right. So sometimes we pass a McDonald's or we're a little bit hungry and we're like, okay, I need something to eat. I'm craving some McDonald's. Let's go to McDonald's to get something quick to eat, some fries, a burger, something like that. All right. So that is what it means. I'm craving some food, basically. Or I'm craving some chocolate. I'm craving some popcorn. Sometimes they have those weird cravings. So craving some chocolate and popcorn. All right, our next one, allergic. Allergic, a bad reaction to food like itching or sneezing. So I'm allergic to not only food, but allergic to maybe scents. I'm allergic to dust. So after being in a room with a lot of dust, I start to sneeze a lot. All right, or start to itch. So that is what that is there. Or some people may have rashes, or certain other things may happen. Next word I have here is advertisements. Advertisement, a message that tries to sell, sorry. A message that tries to sell something. I said steal. A message that tries to sell something. Moderation. So not too much and not too little, just enough. So his moderation is like a little bit like balance. You found a balance. It's not too much and and it's not too little. It's right in the middle, right? Just like a balance, all right? So that's what that is there, all right? Actually, I should leave this here. So moderation basically is talking about balance. All right, sneaky, sneaky. This one here, sneaky, secret, and tricky. So sneaky could be we were supposed to be coming home at a certain time and we decided, oh, we're gonna stay out late, but we know that our mom or dad or who's taking care of us might be a little bit angry if we come home late. And when we come home, we open up that door very slowly so it doesn't make a noise. And then we try to tiptoe into our room so that no one hears us. That can be seen as sneaky. Or your parents, it's late at night and you know you're not supposed to be going in the fridge, but you slowly open that fridge door just to take out those favorite chocolates that you really love that your parents have told you not to touch until the next day. So that can be what sneaky means. All right. And then balance. Balance, pretty easy word to understand. Balance, the mix of good and bad in the right amount. All right. So mix of good and bad in the right amount. So saying that we have gone through those 8 words that we will find for vocabulary, let's go on to the reading. And as normally what happens is that we will find some more words to look through to see actually that can be added to the vocabulary words. So let's start reading here together. So imagine this. You're holding a big cheesy burger with crispy fries and a cold soda. Your mouth is watering. You take a bite and it tastes amazing. But wait, what if this food is slowly making you sick? Some scientists say that too much fast food and sugary snacks can harm our bodies. But does that mean we should stop eating our favorite treats forever? Let's be honest, healthy foods are not always exciting. A plate of fresh salad or a bowl of plain rice doesn't sound as fun as pizza or ice cream. But have you ever wondered why junk food tastes so good? Food companies make sugar, salt, and fat in a special way to make us want more. That's why it's so hard to eat just one chip or one cookie. The problem is, unhealthy food doesn't just make us happy, it also makes us unhealthy. Eating too much sugar can lead to weight gain, diabetes, and heart problems. Some foods has artificial chemicals that may cause allergies or make us feel tired. It's like a sneaky trick. It's like a sneaky trick. Food that tastes good but can be bad for us. But don't worry, you don't need to throw away all your snacks. The real problem is not eating junk food sometimes, it's eating it all the time. A burger or a candy bar once in a while is fine. But if we eat too much unhealthy food every day, our bodies start to feel the effects. So, why do we keep eating this food? First, it's easy to find. Fast food is everywhere and it's cheap. Second, advertisements make junk food look fun and cool. Having have you ever seen A TV commercial for broccoli? Probably not. Companies spend millions of dollars to make us love their snacks. The good news is we can make better choices. We don't have to stop eating our favorite foods, but we can eat them less often. Instead of drinking soda every day, we can try water and fresh juice. Instead of chips, we can eat fruits or nuts. Small changes can make a difference. But let's be honest, nobody wants to live just vegetables and water. Life should be fun, and food is a big part, sorry, of that. The secret is to enjoy everything in moderation. That means eating healthy most of the time, but still enjoying a treat now and then. So, is our food killing us? Well, it depends on what we eat. If you eat fresh, natural foods most of the time and enjoy snacks in small amounts, we will be just fine. After all, life is about balance. Yeah, and yes, that includes a little chocolate sometimes. So, that was a pretty interesting reading there on if food is killing us, and it really talks about our food that we eat now and what we should be eating, I think. So, let's go on to some vocabulary words. So, the first word I have here is crispy. So, let's go through this word crispy. Crispy is usually meaning having a firm or dry or brittle surface or texture. So, for example, food that can be crispy would be crispy fries. So when you when you bite into them, they have that nice little crunch. So it's a little crispy. So fries can be crispy, chicken can be crispy. These things can be normally crispy. If you have something called mozzarella sticks, on the outside is normally crispy, right? So that is what the word crispy would mean. The next word I have here is watering. Watering. So, watering in this case is your mouth is watering. So, your mouth is being filled up with some water. So, when you're, for example, you are a little bit hungry and you see something that looks so good, your mouth starts to have this little bit of water inside of it. That's what people call watering, right? So, watering. Let's go on to the next word we have. We have wondered. Wondered. Have you ever wondered why junk food tastes so good? So, have you ever thought about why junk food so tastes so good? So, I thought about. So that's basically what that word means. Have you ever wondered? Have you ever thought about why junk food? Junk food. Now, this next word, junk food, just normally means fast food. Fast food. But junk food is not just fast food like McDonald's or Burger King or these popular places that we would go, Taco Bell, popular places we would go. Junk food is also things like chocolate, chips, not fries, chips, or as English people like to call them, crisp. Also, these sweet snacks, so Sour Patch Kids, all these other treats and stuff that we will have. I say that now it's the month of October, which means Halloween is in a few weeks. Junk food can be all those little chocolate sweets those fruity flavored sweets, Jolly Ranchers, if anyone still uses those, Sour Patch Kids, Pop Tarts, all these little things, candy, all these little things that we would eat that taste so good, right? So it's not just fast food like Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Wingstop. It's not just these type of fast foods. It is also the other candy like chocolates or Sour Patch Kids or these either treats. All right. Also, cookies as well can be seen as fast food. Now, word phrase I have here is weight gain. So eating too much sugar can lead to weight gain. So what does weight gain mean? First, let's look at the meaning gain. So the word gain normally means to basically get something, to get something, right? So you're getting something or having more of something. So getting more, I should say. So gain means to get more of, right? To get more of. So weight gain means to get more weight, to get more weight. And if we want to be direct, this basically means you are or someone is getting fat. To gain more weight or getting fat. So weight gain, so eating too much sugar can lead to weight gain, getting fat, or to getting more, to get more weight or getting more weight, or gaining more weight, as we would say, gaining more weight. All right. But to simplify it even more, to make it more simple, we just say getting fat. So gain weight, you're getting fat. All right. So instead of saying to someone, which can be seen as offensive, you are getting fat, you can say, which is still offensive, but still seen a little bit nicer. Looks like you've been gaining weight, right? It looks like you've gained some weight. Okay. Because if you say you're getting fat, oh boy, that can be a loss of a friend. All right. So gaining weight. Now, diabetes, and I say that because I've heard people say, and I say diabetes, diabetes. So let me help you guys with this word diabetes. Diabetes, basically, how it is pronounced is like diabetes, right? Diabetes. So diabetes. So this is how the word is pronounced, diabetes. All right. And if you know what diabetes is a condition. Diabetes is a condition or disease where the body is not able to produce or respond to the hormone of insulin, and it can't repair the body. If I'm correct, it's a disease. It's a disease basically where in which the body is able to produce or respond to the hormone insulin is impaired, which meaning that it's not able to produce it's not able to produce or respond to that hormone. All right. So that is what that means there. All right, let's go on to fast food. Now we had junk food earlier, and seeing that this is one of the first times I think we have seen fast food here I covered it here because fast food is normally just food that has been done very quickly. So if you do fries at home, it's gonna take you between 10 to 20 minutes to do fries. But when you go to McDonald's, it takes like 5 minutes. So that will be called or considered fast food. You decided to go to be at home and you want to do fries and chips, that can take you about 30 minutes. Fries, sorry, not fries and chips, chicken and chips. And if you do it, it's gonna take about 30 to 40 minutes to do that. But when you go to places like McDonald's or Burger King, you get those things in like 5 to 10 minutes and you're eating right away. So because of how quick you get it, you call that fast food. All right. So that would be it for the vocabulary words that I think we might have understood. So now let's go over to the conversation part of this, where I do have some fun questions lined up for my class. So, if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Well, if I could only eat one food for the rest of my life, maybe it would have to be pineapple. I love pineapple. So, if you want to, you can drop it in the comments. If there's one food you can eat for the rest of your life, what would it be? Number three, what is the food that everyone loves but you don't? I will have to say the food that everyone loves that I don't is sushi. I do not like sushi. And you guys can kill me in the comments, doesn't matter. I do not like sushi. All right. Let's see. Do you prefer number seven? Do you prefer home cooked meals or restaurant food and why? I'm not sure who has had this similar experience, but I have been disappointed by most restaurants. I would say I have been spoiled with my family, most of them being chefs, cooks, and also pastry chefs. And with this, I've always been able to have a very well done meal. I even grew up, when I grew up, one of my uncles, he owned a restaurant, and almost every few weeks, I would go and visit him, and I will have a nice meal. So when I go to other places, I am maybe a little bit biased, which means that I may be taking my personal experiences and or I have a more of a preference to who is doing the cooking. So I prefer this person. All right. So maybe I might be a little bit more biased on there, but to me, I prefer home cooked meals because I think my cooking, my wife's cooking is also really good and we put a lot of effort into it versus food at restaurants. It doesn't give me that little bit of like you want when you get that home cooked food. All right. So let's see. What's the most famous dish in your country? So now I'm living in Poland. The most famous dish here, I would say, is pierogi. Really love pierogi, especially pierogi ruskie, where they have it with, I think it's potatoes and cheese inside of it. So that'll be it. I am originally from Barbados, and there we have something which we call macaroni pie, which is for us as locals, it is to die for. It's one of the best dishes out there. All right. So it's a pasta dish, but we put lots of spices, ketchup, and then we bake it with, some people put breadcrumbs, cinnamon, and cheese on top of it. And it tastes amazing. Tastes amazing. All right. Let's see. What's the weirdest food you've ever tried? And did you like it? I'll say there are of the weirdest foods I've ever tried in my life, and that would be here in Poland. Poland, there's something called flaczki. I have never tried it. Let me say it that I've never tried it, but just looking at it, I got sick, so I never want to eat that. And then there's another one called tatar. Now, tatar is from my understanding, it's a paste where that is made out of beef, and it's made out of beef and is well seasoned. The taste of it is amazing, but the beef is raw. The meat is raw. So it has an eggs, a meat, and then spices. So it's all made together and it's into like a paste. And the rawness is what I do not like. Food, it tastes really good, but I just don't like how it feels going down my throat. That's the only problem. All right. So that will be it there. All right. Let's see. I think we can stop here for with this for today. But let me just go and recap the vocabulary words. Let's see. We have fast food, which is basically junk food or food that is done very quickly. I was able to help you guys with pronouncing this word. Diabetes is pronounced like this. Diabetes. All right. So diabetes. Then we have weight gain. Basically means getting more weight or get more weight. Or in simpler terms, please don't be offensive to your friends or people that you don't like. Simpler terms, getting fat. All right. So that would be what weight gain means. Wondered basically talks about you thought about. So have you ever wondered, have you ever thought about junk food? Junk food, which is food that is either fast food or candy or treats. These can be considered as fast food, or sorry, junk food. These are basically food that don't have a lot of calories or don't have good ingredients in them as well. When we have watering, basically is your mouth when that is starting to get water inside of it because of that desire for food that looks and may taste or tastes really good. And then crispy is usually that hard, crunchy feel of a food. So, for example, fries, chicken, mozzarella sticks on the outside. That is what usually it is. Now, let's go back to some of these other ones. We have balance, which is a good mix of good and bad mix. Sorry, a mix of good and bad in the right amount. Sneaky, a secret or tricky. So like you sneak into the fridge to take some chocolates and not let your mom or dad know. Then we have moderation. Moderation, not too much, not too little, just enough. So it's more like there's a balance, right? Advertisements, a message that tries to sell something, right? Message that tries to sell something. So you may see messages that try to sell you maybe insurance, fast food, uh, clothing, medication, advertisements. These are those things that we would see on the TV that try to sell us something, or even billboards that try to sell us something. All right. Allergies, a bad reaction to food like itching or sneezing. Craving, a strong desire to eat something. So I'm craving some fries. I'm craving some. Right now, I'm craving some bread with some garlic butter. That is something I'm craving. Artificial, artificial and not artificial. Artificial and not artificial. So artificial, not natural, made by people. So these are some of the words and some of the words and I hopefully you have enjoyed this lesson today on is our food killing us. One of a couple of lessons I think I will do on the topic food, because food can have a wide range are a lot of vocabulary that we can go through and you can learn a lot more here. So I'm going to stop here for today with this lesson. And if you guys get any value out of this, please share it with your friends, tell a friend, and also continue to try to practice the vocabulary that has been in here, and also try to even use it in your writing. I'll be perfect because using it is when you know you've understood it. All right. So that'll be all for me for today, guys. Thank you for joining me today in this English series that I'm doing with reading, vocabulary, and also a little bit conversation. And this one is about, is our food killing us? So thank you for joining me today. That'll be all for me for now. So see you guys in the next video. Bye.